Are you looking to learn Is This Love by Bob Marley? Well, in this video, I will show you how to do that, starting with the main riff. What we'll start with is a quick playthrough of the song so you know what I have in store for you. Also, later in this video, I'll show you where you can get the PDF and the backing track. Here we go. One, two, three, four, 1, 2. Okay, so what do? You start off with ring finger on A4, pointer finger D2, ring finger D4 to pointer finger G2, right? And you start on the 2 ands. Again, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and there you go. Then you play this part. So that is pointer finger sort of flat on the D4, roll it onto A4, then pointer finger D2 to ring finger D4, like this. So when you combine the two, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then in the next part, you get this. So you play open D, ring finger D4 to pointer finger G2, and then you slide up to second position of B. Then you roll your pointer finger onto G2, and then you get this part. So you have your middle finger on B3, pull off to pointer finger B2, and then you roll your pointer finger onto G2, like this. You do that twice. Right? So that second half goes like this. 1, 2. When you combine the first half and the second half, you get this. 1, 2. Then you repeat that, but then there is a little change at the end. So you get the same thing. And then you get. So you get again that slide to B2 with your pointer finger. And you play it 3 times. But sort of short. It's sort of semi-staccato. Then you play ring finger G4, back to pointer finger B2, back to ring finger G4, and then pointer finger G2, right? So that second time around, that riff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, then we go to the next part, and that goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, so what do you do there? You start off with playing ring finger A4, pointer finger D2 to ring finger D4. And then with my middle finger, I sort of slide to third position of the B string. And I play that 4 times. All right? Now, when I play this one, I don't really think is actually the guitar playing it. I think it's something like horns or whatever. So what I have to sort of confess is sometimes when there's a lot going on, I sort of try to play those things on the guitar that bring it closest to what I think is the experience of the song, kind of. And with this kind of riffy song for the guitar anyways, I thought this would be a nice touch. And then you play. So I'm playing on the B string, playing pointer finger 2, pinky B5, back to pointer finger B2, then ring finger G4, back to pointer finger B2, ring finger G4, and then pointer finger G2, like this. Right? And also there, the notes are played staccato. So those 3 bars, 1, 2. And that's when the verse starts. So everything we did up until now was the intro section. This is where the verse starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, so there is not much new under the sun here. However, over that D chord, instead of doing, you do 1 and 2 and 3 and, right? So open D, and then you get D4, and then G2, like that. The rest is all the same. Right? Then. And you do that 3 times. That section that I just played, you played 3 times. Actually, you played a 4th time, but the 4th time you do that, the last bar is a little bit different. So instead of playing, you sort of play something like this. Right? That part is also not from the guitar. That is something, I think, from the keys. But it will set you up really nicely for the C sharp minor chord that's coming after, right? So what do you play here? So you play 3 times G2. Then you play it once more to ring finger G4, to ring finger G5, and then to ring finger G6, right? Okay? And then we get into the chorus section. Now, I don't believe there's much guitar going on unless the guitar is doubling the bass, but it didn't really sound like that. So what I'm doing there is I am playing the chords there. So that is C sharp minor. So that's pointer finger on E4, middle finger on B5 and ring finger on G6, right? And you play that just on the offbeat. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing, but then a whole step down for B minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes a change. Then you get this. Sorry. Like that. At least that's what I picked up from it. So what you do is you play pointer finger G4, and when you play it, you make a hammer with your ring finger in G6. Then pinky plays D7, then pointer finger plays G4, ring finger G6, back to pointer finger G4, to pinky D7, to ring finger D6. And then you get this part. Now, before I get into how to play that, what you have to know is that normally that would have been played here. And then, but I figured I'd play it in a lower register because that makes it more doable for most of you. And then if you do actually have that electric guitar or you're kind of comfortable here, you can just move it up to playing it over here. Same principle, just different position. different octave. So what you do is you play ring finger G7 to pointed finger B5 to ring finger B7 and to ring finger B9. Long, short, short, long. And then you play 7 on E to B7. And you slide into that E7 though. Right, so good. And you do that first part again. And then what you get is you play E9, semitone bend, back to E9 normal. Right, so that was a little preview of the next part, which is sort of the bridge or interlude. What do you play there? So after having played this, you get on the 2 and the 4, you play D6. Right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then on the next 4th beat, you play again 6, but you also play D7 with your middle finger, and then D6 again, and that's a hammer-on pull-off, right? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you get this part. So what you do is you play ring finger D6, then G6 to pinky D7 to D6, 5, and then you go to ring finger D4, right? So, and this part here I do with pinky, ring finger, middle finger, and then I switch back to my ring finger for D4. And there you play. So you play D4 with ring finger to pointed finger G2, and then ring finger G4, right? And then you do that again, and then you play that G4, that G4 once more, make pull up to G2, and then go into D4, right, again. Then on the next bar you play this, so you play D4, play it again, to G2, G4 with your ring finger, and then B3 with your middle finger. Then you get this part, so you play 4-2, so D4 with your ring finger to G2, and then G4 again, sorry, D4, G2, D4, D2. Then you get this part, so you play D4 twice, sorry, A4 twice, then D2, and then play D2 to D4, then G2, so again. So up until there, so starting on that. I understand this is tricky. And it starts on the second beats again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. part. So you have pointed finger B2, then pointed finger G2 to ring finger G4, G2, and then you get on the D string 4, 2, 4 with ring finger, pointed finger, ring finger, G1 to D4 with your pinky, right? So that all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we get. So there you play. On the one end, you start with playing A4 3 times, D2 twice, back to A4. Then you play this part, so that's open D, and then once more, so D4, and then G2, right? And then you get that sort of triplet riff that we already did. Right? So, the last part of that bridge, 3, 4, 1. Now what's left of this song are basically just repeats of the verse and chorus. The one thing that I want to go over, though, is the ending of the second verse. So everything is pretty much the same. So on that verse you play... right, you do that 3 times. And then the 4th time, on the last bar, you play this part. So you have pointed finger on 2 of G, then a full tone bend on G4, and then you get E2 with your pointed finger to B5 pinky to B2 pointed finger, and then you get G4 full tone bend to G2 with your pointed finger, G4 ring finger, G2, and then D4, right? And then it goes to this, and it goes back to the chords. So I'll play that verse riff with that last ending. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I did 3 Bob Marley tunes recently. I have tablature and a backing track for both, and obviously the tutorials are on YouTube. If you like this stuff, please hit that subscribe button and make sure to click the bell notification icon. That's it for today. Hope to see you again next time.